Okay, we are here at Xcaret, Mexico in Cancun. And I'm here. I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself and name and where you're from.
Okay.
And then tell me a little bit about your Prüvit story as far as when you started and how long you've been with Prüvit.
Okay. So hey, I'm Brendan McCoy. I live in a small town in Wisconsin, Ripon. It's pretty central, kind of between Milwaukee, Madison, and Green Bay. My wife and I do this together. We've been drinking and sharing ketones for about 3.5 years. We started in May of 2020. So, 2 months after everything went crazy, and honestly, my wife's mom, my mother-in-law, was the one who introduced it to us. And at the time, and neither of us were looking for weight loss, which I think a lot of people assume that this is what that is. But she's like she talked about it for 4 months, I bet, and then she finally was like, okay, we'll try it just to get you to stop talking about it. So that was May of 2020. After like 3 drinks, we decided we wanted to share it because it was amazing. We both had very different product experiences. For me, playing college basketball, I'd gotten away from the super regimented routine and staying active. So this was like the thing that got me back to being active and wanting to get back into like a fitness routine. I was not, it's not like I gained a bunch of weight or anything like that, but I just kind of like fallen off a little bit of what I was used to. So ketones totally got me back into that. And now 3.5 years later, the energy and focus, along with a lot of the other stuff that you can't see, like muscle preservation, and brain health and stuff like that. But for me, like energy, I was always getting that mid-afternoon lull where I just want to sit down and not do anything after work. And the ketones have totally made it where I finish my workday strong, come home, and have time to work out, make a good dinner, get stuff done around the house, and just honestly just hang out with my wife. And for her, she was always falling asleep at like 8 o'clock. We'd put Netflix on, she'd fall asleep, and then I noticed pretty quickly that she would be up till 9:30 or 10 or whatever. And that was, at the time, we were both working pretty separate careers, and that time from like 5 until we went to bed was like the only time we ever got to spend together. So when she'd fall asleep at 7:30 or 8, watching Netflix, it cut into that a lot. So that has been like a thing that helped her, but also like I love about it. So, and then honestly, we just couldn't. Once we tried it, we were like, we need to tell people about this.
So that's interesting that you say that you had a great experience, and then you said we need to tell people about this.
Yeah.
Did you already know that there was a business tied to it?
Yeah, I'm very analytical, and like I like numbers and systems and stuff like that. So I knew that there was a business attached to it, and then when we got our stuff, I'm like, I think we could probably do this. And I read the entire thing like line for line. I'm like, this seems pretty cool. Like we can do this. And Maddie, my wife, was like, if we do this, we're gonna do it. And I was like, yeah, let's just do it.
So have you had any experience with anything like this
No,
before, like an
never.
online sales or product sales? No. So it was all brand new. You saw this. You didn't have any idea what it was. You just knew that you could share it. And make. So what was it about? What do you think separates someone from? Let's say if we know that there's a business opportunity there, we know that there's a way to generate income. What, from your experience and even maybe your own personal experience, drives someone to say, you know what, I'll try this, right?
Yeah.
Like what was it for you that said? I mean, were you just always looking for ways to make more money, or?
Well, honestly, yes, I think that's part of it. We've always both been pretty open-minded and entrepreneurial, but also like with the timing for us. Even before COVID, we were both working at the same place at our alma mater, really small school in Wisconsin. She was in admissions, I was in advanced, which is fundraising, and we had just gone through a round of staff cuts through the whole college at the end of 2019, before COVID even happened, and we both kept our jobs, and then COVID hit, and nobody knew what was going to happen, and we both were kind of like, well, what happens if there's like more cuts and more layoffs, and one of us or both of us lose our job? And we were 25 at the time. We don't have kids yet, but we were like, we need to do something to kind of, I don't want to say protect ourselves, because we could always go find another job, but to like put ourselves ahead.
Yeah.
And really, we're always looking for a little bit more.
Yeah. My wife, she talks about financial insulation a lot.
Yeah.
Just creating our own economy. So moving forward, how long have you been a promoter? How long have you guys been promoter?
It's about 3.5 years.
And what has it allowed you to do? What benefits? I'm just going to go straight into it just for the sake of time.
Sure.
Financially, what has it allowed you to do? Because you were looking to make some more money.
Yeah.
You wanted to protect yourself.
Yeah.
So financially, what has it allowed you to do?
So my wife, Maddie, she left her job about, we started in May, she left it the following June, so like 13 months after we started. 10 months after we started, we were able to earn a car. And like I said, we were young, we were 25, pretty fresh out of school, had just bought a house that we bought, the only one we could afford, and it was like needed to do. We gutted the place. But so upgrading from her like little Toyota Corolla, which was like our first big kid purchase.
Yeah, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a car that is now completely paid for, and
What kind of car did you guys
it's
get?
Audi Q5,
Oh,
brand new.
sick.
So that was awesome. And then having her, it got to the point honestly where we were sharing it to where it just made sense to. There was no point in having her work for 8 hours and then also try to do this. It was like let's just go all in and have you do this full time. And I'm still working my job, but not for much longer. So it's been such a blessing. So we have friends who like joke that she retired at the ripe age of 26.
Yeah.
Retirement, I wouldn't say it's retirement because it is work, but it's like work that we find a lot of fulfillment and joy in doing. And we get to do it together, which I think is something, because I know you and Danny do it together too. We met the second day of college, and our college experiences were very different. I played basketball, she played tennis, so our seasons didn't line up. We had very different majors, we had similar social circles, but like, other than just spending time together, we didn't do a lot together. And then we graduated, we both started our separate jobs and didn't really see each other then. So like, we've always had a very independent relationship, and this is truly the first time, because we don't have kids yet, where this is like, we get to do something together, which has been, I didn't even know like that we were missing out on that part, but that's been one of the best parts.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love your story. I love seeing you guys at all the events. Let me ask you a question. So if someone says, man, I've been thinking about this opportunity, I want to get started. The cool thing is we have all of the tools and resources and everything for the brand new person to get started and get going. So my question is to you, what do you think takes someone from, okay, they get started, they're sharing, they're seeing some success. What do you think takes the person from that level of success to the next level of success?
Well, I think one of the really cool things about this community, and we haven't done other stuff like this, so I don't know if it's normal or not. I doubt it, but there's so many levels of leadership and mentorship that you can tap into. So, the difference between someone putting up a Facebook post or TikTok or something like that and having a bunch of people order, which is great, and you can help make some quick money with that. But to your question of taking it to the next level, like there's so many people who have done it before and are willing to help and support, even if it's not like directly beneficial to them. Like that's been one of my favorite parts in being in a place like this with, I don't know, maybe 100 people or 200 people, however many people are here, who are all having different experiences, but it's all, it's all one team, and getting to learn from people who've done it before, and just want to help you succeed. So I would say for that person to tap into yourself or Danny or me and my wife are always open to helping people too, or some of the people that we work with or you work with. There are so many people who are open to helping you and have done it before. So wherever you want to go, whatever your goals are, if it's leaving your job and doing this full time, or even if it's just like a couple $100 a month or whatever, like there are so many different people who have done it at that level that can help you get there.
Yeah. Okay, and then to close out, if you were talking to the men that are watching right now, the men that are looking at this going, I don't know, I've seen my wife do it, I've seen girls do it, rainbows, unicorns, Tupperware, all the jewelry, like all of that shit, that's what I thought about as well. So if you were looking at camera and talk to that guy, what would you tell those guys that are watching right now? Like final words.
It's so much more than like leggings or lip gloss or something like that. Like every single person on the planet can benefit from ketones. I love it for the athletic benefits of it, and I know you do too. From the standpoint of like, I think as men, like a lot of times we almost try to do a lot of things on our own and aren't willing to like accept help or ask for help, where ketones like can help, boost you even just a little bit if you're doing it just that, but then the community of like having more people around and just being more comfortable with yourself and meeting other dudes who either have similar or different backgrounds and realizing that it's not like a bunch of screaming women just talking about lip gloss. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of really cool dudes who do it and really cool women, but yeah, I guess just like being part of a team again, which is always something that I loved about playing organized sports. And you know, that drive and passion is here, which is something I didn't know that I was missing after getting done playing sports, but being able to do that is been amazing.
Awesome. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.